Some dates have been mentioned here. Since we are talking about AI, I think the morning speaker gave some hints on it. What are these dates?
October 20,
Wonderful.
2022, sorry, 2022.
Wonderful.
30, 2022, sorry.
Okay, wonderful. Industrial Revolution. Which one is that?
Between
Okay.
1956, I think. Internet. 2015 was transformer architecture was used.
By whom? Okay. 1956 is the first time the word artificial intelligence was coined. There was a research event in New Hampshire in US. That's where the first professors all got together, something like this, and then coined the word artificial intelligence. 1956 to, as our good friend said, 2022. But what is that? December 2015. It's very interesting. I mean, most of us forget this, right? Something is very, very important. It's 2015 December.
That cloud?
Huh?
Cloud.
Cloud has been there. COVID is 2019. My friend. How many of you
Internet.
use no? How many of you use ChatGPT very new? All of us. You know, when was it formed?
GPT was invented.
Huh? The parent company of ChatGPT. So it took them 7 years to build ChatGPT. So what does it say? It takes 7 years. I mean, nothing. We thought one fine day ChatGPT came, and what did we use the first few months and years ChatGPT for? Huh? No, we wrote poems, right? Correct? Initially, ChatGPT was used for writing shairi, and now we realize the actual power of it. So 2022 to 2026, again 4 years, we never realized. And it took 66 years to understand the full power of artificial intelligence. This is a very important one. I think even one of the speaker also said, right, it may not take so much time. The speed with which the change is going to come is going to be in another 3 years. How many years is your degree program now? 2 years. So what do you have? Only 1 year. Now your transformation should start when? Now. And today is also day. You lose 8 hours. Today is what? Almost 2:30. I'm not going to go through that. So before we go into detail, right? Morning I saw hardly 2 or 3 people raise their hands. There's a question saying that how many of you think AI will replace the jobs? How many of you think AI will replace the jobs? Anyone worked in a contact center? Call center, customer experience? Has any exposure to customer support? You worked? But when was that? Do you still have your friends there or not? Now, do you call Airtel? We do, right? All of us call Airtel. What is the first touch point for this? It's not the human agent, right? It's chatbot. Go back 15 years back. There's a human sitting. Already AI is replacing, right? Are we hallucinating by not raising the hands? Huh? It is replacing. Anyone from pen testing background? Anyone else? Morning I saw so many hands. Oh, nobody wants to raise hands. Okay. Kali Linux. Any of you heard Kali Linux? Okay. Yesterday, well, a couple of days back, the NGO or whatever the CSR company which manages a Kali Linux, right? They launched the entire suite with AI, with Llama enabled. Have you guys heard of it? Yes. Now, what if Kali Linux starts doing the job by itself? How many of you raised your hands? It's going to happen. I mean, whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. Now, how many of you think AI will create new jobs? For something you have to raise, no? You cannot, you cannot be a mute spectator. There's no nota in this, right? What kind of jobs are we talking? Don't tell me writing code for AI, man. Huh? Operate the applications. What kind of applications we are talking about?
Just computers ban people to use the jobs, but still people from hospitals need some people.
Which bank you have?
SBI.
I had my Citibank, my first bank, Suvidha. No, I'll tell you. My first bank was Citibank. Way back in 98, I started opened a Suvidha account. Till 2 years, 3 years back, also when Citibank shut down and then handed over to Axis, right? Never I visited a bank. Never I had a passbook. So they have banks. That kind also. Anyway, SBI is a good blend of both. It's hyper secure actually. How many of you watch for that? It's hyper secure. Because I myself cannot log in. So where will the hacker? 90% of the time, my profile password is logged, my account is logged, repeat account. The last option is go visit a branch. And if I visit the branch, you know, right? So it's hyper secure. Okay, let's come back to the topic. Oh, what kind of jobs you are talking about?
When I ask. Only the shift from other nations will come to India for automation, automating the jobs which are happening.
You mean the services organization, the Wipro, the TCS?
That is one part. Maybe the global capability centers become mainstream employment generator next 5-6 years.
How many of you agree to that?
Maybe a human verifier who verifies the AI output to make sure it meets the quality or it provides what we want for the organization.
No, it's okay. Because I'm not the AI expert. I know some bits and pieces of the AI, so I don't want to be again hallucinating say that I know AI. There is a article which was written 3 months back, how to avoid even human loops. So you can build something called AI loops, feedback. So that can also be, that also is not required. What kind of jobs? So you all agree AI will create jobs. Data security jobs. Maybe, I don't know. What kind of data security jobs are there? Okay, then I agree to some extent saying that's security for AI. Anyone in security, right? Who is working now in security domain?
Something related to DDoS attack, for example, from corporate perspective, right? There is any attack is happening, any inbound connection is happening with the LP, where you are hosted.
Okay, we agree. That's one use case where security for AI and even AI for security.
Protection.
Yeah. What other kinds of jobs?
Model testing. Model testing.
Model testing.
Content creation. Data.
Content creation. Ask Manmohan. You asked me, I created. I have to believe that.
DLP, but being one of the DLP.
The DLP already exists, no? So what kind of?
It's existing, but maybe it will give an additional layer on top.
But is it going to create jobs?
It's already existing. Right?
It's already existing. Okay, now the actual question. How many of you feel safe? At least the people who are working professionals. How many of you feel your job is safe? Okay, I'll raise my own hands. 1, 2, 3. Let me answer the last. But why don't you say why you feel your job is safe?
Because I'm not using AI.
Okay.
We have to go with the technology updates and things, but we are copying up with the technology of can be implemented.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, supply chain engineering. I'm a SAP consultant.
So your job is hyper secure. Because SAP is so complex. SAP itself doesn't understand how complex is the implementation. We have faced this.
One
Okay.
thing I wanted to say about this as a network engineer, right? Whatever the job that we do, for example, if we are doing connectivity to the outside and infrastructure. still there
You don't want to speak on the mic or because that's also.
అదే
Someone has to go on.
కలుగుతుంది ఫోర్ కి స్టాప్ అప్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్
Good.
From the network perspective, whatever the we already got the infrastructure, we already settled, right? So now we want to build something to connectivity to cloud infrastructure, which is maybe your Azure, maybe Express route, right? So that is going to stay anyway, right? Our existing infrastructure is going to stay anyway, right?
Who
The
said so?
company is not going to buy. Already I have spent a lot of money to
How many years is the life of an asset?
see.
3 years. 3 years.
No, already the assets are already there. right?
Life of an asset, no?
The life of the asset
3-4 years. Then you have to depreciate. You have to write it off.
is something like.
Morning, a good friend said, right? 1.5 years is the life of a tool today. So
We have a gold partnership and we'll get 50%, 60% offer. So it's offering that, right?
the question is your job safe, not your company's balance.
We have a.
If you're so confident, right? Are you confident that your job will be there?
Network standpoint, but anything which is coming up from now, coming in your future, I need to adapt to that. But yes, from this, network standpoint, security standpoint, whatever we are existing today, I think it will stay.
All the best. We will debate in the coffee break.
Cisco ACI, we have built,
I'm a network engineer myself, sir. So I can tell you horror stories. I don't want to scare you in the inauguration class. How many team members you had?
being a 5-member.
How much was it? 2 years, 3 years back, how much was it?
I just shifted change my job decided to.
Twice?
I need to like improve the
Oh,
job
why?
myself. It's annoying. Last 4 years, haven't changed the job. And like from the implement perspective, like
Now we'll debate. We'll discuss that.
that is something personal. Right?
This is a global surveys, not one, couple of surveys. Statistics. Couple of weeks back, one of the person whom I heard, he works 24/7. He stays in office itself, Manish. Yeah. So he stays in office, these fellows know him. He came and showed me a demo of one of the module, what he did, right? From the selection of asset till the report generation pen testing is fully automated using a, I don't know, what is that LLM model he downloaded, not Olam. Something like that, I don't remember. Now, I was surprised initially, can I do it? He showed. Question came saying that how we are going to stop exploitation if it goes rogue and then do it. And he said, no, sir, I will put everyone in loop. Every exploit before it hits the production systems, I will have someone monitor and stop it. And then if the person reads the command and convinces himself, and then he says, go ahead and then do exploit. I told him another challenge saying that, will this person who's going to do that, because there is no, me posted, right? Explainability. How do you know that what is happening above? How will you understand? He said, no, sir, I will use another model to kind of give you that full visibility. What is that going to happen? If that, anyway, we are productionizing that very shortly. If that goes into the production, right? I have a 13-member team doing pen testing. We will launch it very soon, whether I like it or not, whether he loves it or not, it will go live. They can do part of our job. I strongly believe AI will increase productivity. You go and ask the pen tester, no offense meant to pen testers, but you go and ask him, he will say that, no, I'm writing the use case, I'm writing a test case. Have we covered everything? I think so. Typical answers, right? I think so, I've covered everything. What is the output? I'm reading the report. Have you completed it? No, I'm evading the false positives. All this is gone. I will get a clean report with exploitable systems, clearly identified it. And do I need to communicate? No, not required. I can even tag it to the Jira ticketing system, and then it will cut the tickets and then keep it open.
Does it mean that the AI is going to do the PX, right? Whatever you are doing, like,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
So it does that, right?
This is the difference. Clear difference. The speed, the agility, the processing of large data. If you're working in a regulated industry, we have to submit report every 6 months, 3 months data closure. We used to have 2 people. Last quarter, we automated that fully. Entire report in the format. There is a format which you have to report to the regulator. The format also is fed into it. It just does the analysis and then beautifully within minutes it gives. It used to take 15 days for 2 people to do that analysis. Consistency. I've left 1 0. I've added another 0, trailing 0. Doesn't happen. It just reads, gives as what is it, but garbage in, garbage out. You have to be very clear on it. What tools we know, right? ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilots, Claude. See, AI is not replacing intelligence. It's replacing repetitive tasks. Now you correlate back what is the repetitive task which we are doing. That's what the gentleman mentions, right? You cull yourself. You automate it yourself so that nobody comes and questions you or nobody says that I'm going to automate it. You do it and then you do something better. That's my view. This is what I think. Look at the speed with which adoption happened. It's not that around 100 million users found ChatGPT very amazing. No, but look at this. No, the rest of it is all commodity, but this is knowledge. People love it for some reason, right? 15+ trillion. This is a huge one, huge money. And look at this. If these companies are investing so much billions of dollars, right? Do you think that they will leave out any corner to make money, not to make money? They will cull all our jobs, whether you like it or not. Whether we want it or not, this is going to happen. Look at the volume of money. If Amazon is stretched $100+ billion, NVIDIA already has huge amount of investment in it. The AI arms race. Those who has the maximum will benefit from it. Those who are not adapting to it, God save them. And this is a very interesting one. It's not future, it's happening now, as we speak. And I think this slide we already saw. This is where a lot of changes will happen. I mentioned, right, autonomous AI. It will do end-to-end, agents to agent talking. You don't need any human intervention at all. How many of you fear AI will go rogue and then create a mess? Okay, good. Have you, any of you sat in a Tesla car? You still feel it'll go rogue? It'll evolve. If Tesla car is driving from one end of West Coast to East Coast, all by its own, and even the trucks, Volvo trucks, right? It's driving by itself. It's deciding by itself. It's learning. It'll do. I mean, we are whatever we want to refuse, we can refuse. The changes, that's a human nature, right? We will always avoid the change. Look at this. This won't happen. In what form, what factor? You need to wait and watch. Any developers? Anyone doing development? I know nobody will raise their hands now. Huh? If you use AI, you are 10x faster. What other jobs? I know this, no? Dr. Rashmi is not there. She is also not there. My own PhD paper, right? I've been told when we used to do what 4 years back, you have to read journal papers. Even Ganesh printed. I use ChatGPT or perpetuity to dump all the 4-5 papers and it will give you a summary of it. Shinu is here only. Don't need to kind of waste your time in reading. Each paper will be what? You start some first paper, second paper, you will almost fall asleep. Correct?
Can we get a PhD in 2 years?
Huh?
Can we get a PhD in 2 years?
I'm okay, as long as university has a minimum criteria of 3 or 4 years, right? I'm absolutely okay. Fraud. Beautifully, it's detect. Not that fraud. You can detect fraud. Build some records. If you read an interesting article, how Israeli targeted the president of Iran, right? Anthropic. The data, every camera was hacked by Israel. They had the feed. They understood the pattern. What is he going to do next? And they know where he will go, what time. Marketing content. Anyone uses Canva? It will automatically generate. If you just give him that prompt. Images and videos. Numerous. These are the tools. Only problem is it lacks the human judgment. You want to secure your jobs, keep this part away from AI. Don't expose this to AI. And values. See, computers understand 0 and 1. They don't have anything in between. 0.75, 0.5 doesn't come. Then I think there is an interesting project which Race has been doing, right? It's a PhD project, right? Amin is doing, right? The teacher evaluation. There, if you give it to AI, right? 34.5. What will AI do? Marks the student got is 34.5. What will AI do? Fail. Correct. I mean, that's 0 or 1, binary, right? It will not understand that whatever teacher is doing. That emotion, that values, they will not understand, right? AI has some guardrails. It's not that it is open, but it will not be able to differentiate that nuances. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. Actually, earlier we used to have one person designing it, campaigns for security. One campaign. Karthik does it right now. One campaign per week. Now we have 10 campaigns, but the marketing team said that don't send so many mails internally. It will kind of become a fatigue, so reduce it. We have reduced it to 3 campaigns per week. This I'm not going to touch. As I said earlier, right? AI amplifies human productivity. This is led by graph. This is the third time you guys are seeing, right? But let's dissect this a little bit. If you see this graph, the left side is all physical tasks. The right side is all intellectual. And you guys have still time. The blue dots, right? The spider graph is where the potential of AI to do. Theoretically, it can do. The red dot is what actually it says how much is it actually automated. So you guys still have some chance of surviving in the AI world. What jobs will go away if actually fully done, right? I will retire by the time. Management jobs, business and finance, computer and mathematics, architecture, social and life and social sciences, social service, and I think this is somewhere around 50%. Legal, education and library system, arts and media, healthcare support. And maybe I think office or administration, sales, personal care, ground maintenance, food and safety, construction, production, transportation, all are safe for time being. What will kill that job? The left side. Any idea?
The one in the white space.
Yeah.
Physical intelligence.
Absolutely. And these two get married, right? The robot. Chinese is already doing it. Yes, the robots get the artificial intelligence, then that's the time people in that industry needs to really worry. These are all the domains. See, AI alone is not going to help you. Some domain expertise. You could jump into healthcare, you could jump into finance, you can jump into robotics. The high paid jobs are high exposure. %70%. What does that mean? Stop using ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot for code generation. It's learning. The more you teach, this number is increasing.
On your question on the job safety and also on the previous slide, is it wise to say people who are in the manufacturing, retail, health, finance, they learn AI for them to be on sports time. And people who are learning AI, they are either learning domain now to be difficult because they go through another section of education. They work with the domain people so that they know usually they exist.
See, that's a good way of looking at it, Ganesh, but the problem is plugging these two, right, is not going to work in AI world. AI world only needs the domain expertise for some component of it, right? Take an example of a finance person or a procurement. these two has to work to kind of build a strong SAP. Correct, to do it. But in an AI model, do we really need this? You may be required for initial few weeks or months, not remote. Because after that, all they need is only data. Now, what can happen probably is we have to look at what happened in the history also, right? Maybe few of us would have seen, right? When you've gone to a bank 20 years back, 25 years back, right? It used to be such a large counter. You go and give, not even token, you give a slip, right? It will pass hands, some 5-6 hands before it goes to the final, the cashier.
Even now, it's
Even now,
say FA is not senior citizen friendly. Senior citizen friendly. My friend used to say, not senior citizen, any citizen is
Friendly.
friendly.
no, but if you go to a IDFC or any other Kotak or even ICISO bank, right? It is not going through so many cycles. It's reduced. Only validation happens is only two. One is whether you have an account and the person checks the signature, the balance. The problem with that system is that make a checker. The person who raises this, I mean, I give it to you, you verify, click, saying that approved for dispersal of money. Your dispersal is not, your approval is not enough. So there is another person who validates that and then clicks the button saying that approved for release. Then you go and collect your money. This is shrunk to a smaller extent. Now, what will happen in a similar fashion in any of this domain, right? It will come down. Take an example of software industry, right? How does the life cycle work? The requirements gathering, product team writes the PRD, BRD, hands it over to the technical architect, and then it goes for some more analysis and then agile. If you take agile methodology, there are people who distribute that task and then write stories and then distribute it. Imagine apply this bank on top of it. What will happen? Roles will merge. Now let's come back to our good friend's example, right? What happened in a cloud environment? Earlier in the role, right? You used to have network engineers and you used to have system administrators and the system users. In a cloud environment, right? A developer is a DBA is a network administrator. He opens the port what he wants. We don't have any separate network engineer in a cloud, correct? He manages himself. The roles merge. And the responsibilities also get eventually added to the people itself. So we may not have such a large team to do it. Even QA may vanish. You don't need a QA. I mean, if you have your BRD, PRD, everything well documented. In fact, our threat modeling is done in Atlassian. Even when a requirement comes to us in Confluence, Atlassian has released AI module. You can do that threat modeling in that itself. We are doing it there. So roles will merge. The teams will become thin, lean. That is what I foresee in another 5-6 years may happen. This was, I think, 20th of February. Claude released something called Keynote Security by Anthropic. This is JFrog. Anyone use JFrog? It's a security code validation and repository tool. This is Akamai. This is Qualys. This is Okta. This is Tenable. This is, and what is it? GTLB. Can anyone read that? GitHub. GitLab. What is that? I don't know. CrowdStrike. Zscaler. I don't know what is it. Last one. Look at the volume of stock prices drop. AI is not impacting you individually. It's impacting the industry also. Big way. Big way. I met Zscaler CEO recently, the founder, Jay Choudhury, he was in India. So he was saying this, whether they like it or not, people are releasing it, right? And that's where I had a different view saying that whether will it create jobs in the services organization? No, this is one man who does it and then releases it. Worldwide adoption happens. I think Infosys recently tied up with Anthropic, right? But what use cases they're going to build for customers, we have to wait and watch. And look at it, 32 billion vanished in a day. This is the Indian style. They released Claude, Sonnet, Opus, and Power. I have a good amount of shares of Wipro when I was yeah, I lost 3.9%. Industry is also feeling the pinch. What kind of, forget about roles, titles. This is what you do daily, right? If any of this is in your list, what will save is this critical thinking, problem solving, creative. We say how to survive. You don't need to break your head saying that I'm going to learn AI. Everyone will learn eventually, right? How do you adopt it creatively? How do you build use cases for that? That's what I said. Think this. What are the routine tasks? How do I use AI for them? Your company will appreciate it. They will realize that instead of someone culling the job, you are culling yourself. It is good. First of all, you should have AI literacy, critical thinking, problem solving, and being creative. Then you combine with your domain what you are in. Who's going to be the, who will face this heat more than anyone else is not people who are new to the industry. You will adopt people like us who have been in the industry, who have been working, right? Because we carry a lot of baggage. For us, living that baggage is the biggest challenge. If you don't live that unlearning, it's going to be the biggest challenge because we carry that. It's been our pride. We have the throne on the head saying that I've achieved this, I've done it. That's the biggest problem. The faster we unlearn, the better. These are the roles which will hold for some more time. Anyone has done your robotics, automation, engineering? They have a bright future. I think Shinu will love to have you to develop the REA. Look at the larger market, right? This is where I feel the world will.
You need to run in the loop.
No, that one also will be solved. It's already solved. That's what I said. No, there is an article. Oh, this one, right? I thought he was controlling it. So they're at least new to the industry. Yeah. This is a larger white space. Construction. Police job. Do we really need traffic police standing in every corner? Drone can do it, right? Correct? You deploy 2-3 drones, those are not getting charges. There's a penalty, then goes back another one. Put it out. Possible. All you need is 5 lakhs. You don't need the cop putting his butt on the bike and then catching all 3 two-wheeler. Think of it. Possibility is there. Half of you were freshers, right? Take a funding of 5 lakhs. Try doing it. And even construction. Robots can do it. This white space is the major thing and huge money in it. This is nothing. If you ask me, this is just fancy work. But this is a huge money involved. But that will take time because you have to marry this two. This one. remaining, my view, another 5-10 years, you can survive. Prompt engineering, data science, security, healthcare. In healthcare, what does a typical nurse do? At certain intervals, she comes and measures your vitals, injects if there is IV, in IV, and then there is a scheduled job, right? A robot can do. If clear instructions, what does it she do? Take the sheet, reads what is the doctor has written, executes that diligently. I mean, there are errors in that. Can a robot do that? I'm sure you would have not gone to hospital. Values and ethics and all vanished. I'm sure, at least my experience, a robot can be a little more compassionate when you go there, right? I think it will smile. Yeah, joking. You're right. Any questions on this?
One question. Now, this 10 was also the traditional profession to be evolved. Because again, people who are at your experience level, at mid experience level, 10, 12 years of experience, their subject knowledge in their real world experience, if combined with AI, then only actual enterprise level transformations will happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
But that
freshman
involvement
AI.
in the beginning stage, that's what me and Ganesh were discussing, right? Is not going to be for a long time.
25 years,
2-3 years.
give or take.
Then okay, anyway, you say 3 years, I say 3 years, you say 5 years.
Size of the
Size and the complexity, everything. But at certain point, they will take over.
Correct.
That's what we're debating, right? How fast you learn, adapt, and do things faster. That's what matters today. Having said that, is this a perfect world? No. Amazon had to pull back. If you read, I think 2 days back, Amazon had released a statement saying that they had multiple outages because of vibe coding. But it'll evolve. It's not that we didn't see this. It happens. It will matter of time. Sometime later down the line, it will become perfect. Thank you. I'm not scared you guys, but that's a reality. Thank you.